So what's going on YouTube? My name is Doug Jenkins. If you followed the channel for the last week, you probably saw a video called podcasting recording levels, and I used a external device here. Today I want to talk about post editing. Now it is normal to get your vocal to come in around -20. That's usually in any software that you're using. That's a good rule of thumb. But we're going to talk about how you get it up to this -14 LUFS, how you even know if it's -14 LUFS, -14 and -16, in between that, and some are -18, but that's where they want it once you provide the podcast and the content. There's a lot of tricks you can do, and I want to talk about some cool ones that may help your workflow. Huge shout out to the Izotope company because they make, and now I think it's part of the Pro Tools package, but you can actually edit and you can take and reduce noise. You can pull out reverbs. I mean, there's so many cool tools, but I'm going to show you. Yesterday, I filmed this, so I don't know when I'm going to drop this video, but there was a lot of muffle in my original recording. It wasn't the best mic for a podcast. It was more of a all-around mic, but now we're using more of a condenser, a little more energy, a lot more presence, a lot more power, a lot more power. So we're gonna go in and we're gonna edit the video audio. I was gonna drink some coffee, but I think I've had enough. So here's the video that I was referring to. Now on this, before the video started, I started messing around with things and actually said, you know what, I want to simplify it, so we're redoing it. So the first thing that I would do in any situation is there's two ways to get rid of the noise, and I want to show you. Now, there's a plugin from Waves that I really, really like. It's really easy, so you can put it on your plugin list, but it's the C1 gate. It's one of the easiest gates to use. And there's actually a preset if you're new to it. It's called Perfect Voiceover Gate. Watch this. The people are hearing. So you're getting yourself a little bit of headroom, so not everything. So what a gate is doing is the exact opposite of a compressor. A compressor is controlling it and stopping these levels. So it's taking the high passes and bringing them down. It's pulling you back into reality so you don't have huge headroom. And really, what is that for? I mean, compression is used so it can reproduce on more systems. Like, you need compression to go louder. I could give you a whole entire 2-hour seminar on loudness. It's like, how much do you compress? Some compressors do it well. Some compressors do it transparent. Some compressors do it with like a nice warm sound. So like, that's when you get into deep recording, you start like picking and choosing what compressor for what source. But on this case, what a gate's going to do is it's going to, right when it goes under that threshold, as you can see here on screen, right when it's under that threshold, it stops the sound. Now it's going to hold that sound, and this one's set perfect, so you don't have to worry about that. But doing this is a great way to get rid of noise. But you're still going to hear the noise when the recording's going. So another option you could do, instead of a gate, is a thing called noise reduction, spectral denoise. But if you're going to use like the basic noise reducers, you're probably going to put noise reduction on frequencies you don't want, and you start to hear that artifact stuff. So here's a trick. When I grab a region with nothing playing, where I would usually gate, so I grab that region, and with this plugin, and I've already done it and captured it, so I really don't want to do it again. I'll do it again. So if I hit learn, what I'm going to do is push play here. That's the noise floor. So when I hit learn, I hit play. Right when it gets out of that loop, it just showed me the noise floor. Now I can get rid of it. It's gone. So to me, that's actually a better way of doing it if you're doing a podcast, because I want you to know something. When you're listening to podcast, I listen when I'm like jogging. Not jogging, I'm walking. But I'll walk my dog, and I hope he doesn't hear that. He's over in the other room. But I'll put my ear pods on, and like I'll turn it off if I hear that like in the background. So that's a little bit of a tip for you guys. So now we push play. My main left and right output, that's my main level. That would be the main level going to the monitors. That would be the main level that so another thing that happened during this video that I did not edit was there's a lot of clicking going on. That happens when the clock is not actually synced. With some of these capture softwares, I was having all kinds of problems because I'm running so many interfaces that I was like, well, let's give it a go. So I bought this little Allen and Heath that I'm doing the podcast through now. So hopefully, cross my fingers, I don't have any more pops. Having a few issues with that. But this thing is called a D-click. It's going to take and find the clicks, and you heard that digital. Sounds like Charlie Brown's teacher. And the problem is that was from a bad, really a bad capture. So I mean it is what it is. Like you have this capture. I'm going through messing all this stuff up, trying this thing new as a USB interface. This happens more than you can possibly know. Now the clocks are off, so this thing's trying to capture this. You got multiple things running, and now you have a clocking issue where you're getting jitter, and that jitter is becoming like pops and clicks and cracks, and it's trying to keep locked and synced. It sounds like a clocking issue. So you put this on, and it should take care of a lot of it. My main left and right output, that's my main level. That would be the main level going to the monitors. That would be the main level that the people are hearing. So you're getting yourself a little bit of headroom, so not everything has to go up to 11. Well, this one goes to 10. Some guys got that joke. It's not that funny, but anyway, so we want to buy ourselves a little bit of headroom here on the mixer, and I really want to put. So we got the noise out, we got all that stuff going. So the next thing that is a cool tool is actually called a De-verb. I'm using the Izotope bundle today. Shout out to that company. They make some really cool stuff. And the reason I wanted to show you this is these are all great tools for podcasts, for live recording, stuff like that. So this is called a De-verb. I used to have one from Plugin Alliance. It's funny. I can't get it. There's a few plugins after I upgraded to my M2 that they didn't update. So the De-verb was one of them. And then actually Waves... D-Noise, like their Waves Z-Noise, I think it was. Like I bought that one, or oh no, it's X-Noise, and I can't use that one. So those are, look for companies, they're called D-reverbs, and then D-clicks, or D-crackle, and then you have D-Noise. So that's what we're doing. So what I'm hearing here, and you can do the learn thing again if you want, their plugins are really cool, but the amount of frequency that I'm hearing here is the room of just the way that I pre'd. I had a fan going. I didn't have it like I have it now. So check this out. My main left and right output, that's my main level. That would be the main level going to the monitors. That would be the main level that the people are hearing. So you're getting yourself a little bit of headroom, so not everything has to go up to 11. So here's the reverb. To 10. And I really want to push my vocal, but I'm probably good. So you literally would never even know that I did that. But what that's doing is taking away all that low, blocky, elongated sound that's on my voice. These are just 3 tools I wanted to show you if you're having problems, because most of the times, either A, you had some noise in the recording, B, you were in a room that was really reverbed out, C, you're actually having what I would consider clicks and pops, or somebody's hitting the mic. So I'm going to show you one more in that bundle, and we'll put them all on there. Yeah, we're going to replace that. So I'll change the insert. Yeah, that's fine. So the next thing that we're going to do is there's another plugin called a De-Plosive. Okay, when you're close to a mic, you can notice I have this on like a slant. That's a shout out to my good friend Freddie DeMarco. If you slant the mic, you're not hitting it direct on, and you don't have this high SPL. That's why the SM7B is still so popular. It has like a built-in filter. That's called a windscreen if you're new to recording, and what that does is stops the wind from hitting the mic. So if you say B's or P's or T's, or so you're pushing air, and if you're right in front of the mic, it'll blow the mic. And in this case, I was so close to that mic with no pop filter that you probably heard a few P's popping. So we can go into the Izotope bundle once again, and then there's one called Plosive. So this plugin is going to try its best to take out all the P's. These are all set it, forget it things. And then we're going to get into the level, and then just a little EQ. My main left and right output, that's my main level. That would be the main level going to the monitors. That would be the main level that the people are hearing. So you're getting yourself a little bit of headroom, so not everything has to go up to 11. Well, this one goes to 10. Some guys got that joke. It's not that funny, but anyways, so we want to buy ourselves a little bit of headroom here on the mixer, and I really want to push my vocal, but I'm probably good for you guys. So now I have -5 on the mixer. Okay, that's on the input fader. So I just heard it on input. It pulled that down. Now you're going to want to adjust these, okay? These are dangerous tools as well. The P, actually a lot of the De-verb took that away, and it's set to the frequency limit of 200. That's where those P's come out. Now we're going to pull these all back just a touch. Just a touch. Because I don't want to kill it. Now here's basic mixing. So you did your podcast, and this could be its own video in itself, but we want to get the voice sounding a little bit cleaner, not as muffled, and we want to turn up the volume. So what you're going to want to do is find something, and I'm going to give a big shout out to Izotope once again. But Izotope company for podcasts, I think they really nailed it. But you can go to a thing called, let me see, I'm just trying to find the maximizer. So why can't I find it? Where is it, man? Yeah, there it is. So there's a limiter. A maximizer is really a limiter. It's going to limit the low and bring it up to the high. And what we're going to do is we're going to push this until we get it sitting in the pocket around -14. But usually I'll use a combo of this, okay? Now during the filming of the video, so we're going to put an R comp on the original track. That's a compressor. I really like this compressor because it's clean. You don't really hear it much. We're going to set the attack pretty short in a long release. We just wanted to grab the whole material. We'll get into attack and release in a later video. But what I want to do is EQ into the compressor, and then that compressor is going to feed the limiter, and we can use the limiter to bring it to the level, the LUFS of Spotify. So we're going to go into the EQ I did on the previous video, and I'll show you what I did. So I did a little roll off here. I'll just do it again. How about if I just redo it? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to find the bass frequencies that don't need to be there. Once again, the microphone didn't record well, but this is real life, man. This happens a lot, and you know, I work on a lot of stuff like this. So we're going to roll this back. My main left and right output, that's my main level. That would be the main level going to the monitors. That would be the main level that the people are hearing. Okay, so we're starting to get that out. Now the other thing is this. I'm hearing like a cold, and maybe I'm starting to get one. But I would say that would be around the 250 range. So there's a thing you can do. It's called seek and destroy. So what you want to do is find the frequencies that don't sound good and then cut them. So I'm going to try to find that room, this model, this kind of stuff. I'm going to try to find that. Was that a good representation? My main left and right output, that's my main level. That would be the main level going to the monitors. That would be the main level that the people are hearing. So you're getting yourself a little bit of headroom, so not everything has to go up to 11. So notice it's really that simple. You don't have to like try to reinvent the wheel. You're just trying to clean it up a little bit. A lot of that De-verb took away some of the stuff. We had the D-click, and then also the D-noise could go up a little bit. I don't know if it's getting me some artificial sound because I'm running through this converter to capture. I'm hearing a little bit of that artificial. Now what I want to do is this. This is more of the candy. This plugin's by Universal Audio. It's a really popular piece in studios around the world, but it's called a Paultec. And what I'm going to do is just bring back some of that bass. Bring some bass back in the frequency range I want. And I cut it in the frequency range I didn't. So check it out. This should sound pretty good. Let's go and just let you hear it. My main left and right output, that's my main level. That would be the main level going to the monitors. That would be the main level that the people are hearing. So you're getting yourself a little bit of headroom, so not everything has to go up to 11. Well, this one goes to 10. Dude, that to me sounds a ton better. We'll do a before and after. And then I'm just going to set this. I pretty much set it to forget it. You know, I can make it like -3. Or I can find the peak and then set it to the peak. My main left and right output, that's my main level. That would be the main level going to the monitors. That would be the main level that the people are hearing. So you're getting yourself a little bit of headroom, so not everything has to go up to 11. I'm like, bam, I smacked that. So the thing is now is that bringing some of that 100 hertz back takes away the cheap a little bit. I could go into this for another hour and a half, depending on what you want me to do, but this is just basic practice. So we had, you know, a D noise, some clicking we heard, D reverb, and trust me, you don't have to do this to everyone. This is like, okay, if you really want to get deep into this, and some of the services like Audible and stuff, you can't have noise. There can't be a noise floor, so you have to do these things. So the next thing we want to do then is limit. Now in your hearing, in your ears, I'm going to turn everything back down to 0. Let's see here. And then it'll come out at a broadcast level. So we want to find -14. There is a awesome meter by Waves called the WLM Plus. This shows you LUFS long-term and short-term. I'm usually gearing towards the long-term, but I want it to be pretty consistent around the short-term. The way it's reading now is it was -20, which that's what we recorded at. My main left and right output, that's my main level. That would be the main level going to the monitors. That would be the main level that the people are hearing. So you're getting yourself a little bit of headroom. So I'm going to turn my headphones down. Everything has to go up to 11. So now that I have this compressor in place, this should control the peak a touch, and we might have to adjust this, but it's compression limiting. Like I said, this is a real simple way. We got hardware that does this for music, and there's a lot of different ways of doing this. But what I'm going to do is start pulling that threshold down until you see this meter reading about -14. My main left and right output, that's my main level. That would be the main level going to the monitors. That would be the main level that the people are hearing. So you're getting yourself a little bit of headroom, so not everything has to go up to 11. Well, this one goes to 10. Some guys got that joke. It's not that funny. But anyways, so we want to buy ourselves a little bit of headroom here on the mixer. And I really want to push my vocal, but I'm probably good for you guys. So now I have -5 now that's on just the mixer. Me EQing the mic, by the way. Let me turn my mic up to about the level we have the video. Just like the last video, I'm just using just the input fader to turn me up. Check one, check one. So yeah, let's check it out. My main left and right output, that's my main level. That would be the main level going to the monitors. That would be the main level that the people are hearing. So you're getting yourself a little bit of headroom, so not everything has to go up to 11. Well, this one goes to 10. Some guys got that joke. It's not that funny, but anyways, so we want to buy ourselves a little bit of headroom here on the mixer. All right, so as I'm showing you all these awesome tools, I'm going to show you one more tool. Another thing that happens in podcast, in recording vocals, a lot of times is the S's start to come out. And now you're starting to notice my S-ing really sharp, really harsh. There's a plugin that I have, the two I really like. One's from a company called Fab Filter. It's called a Pro DS. These are pretty much stock. Now you're going to listen to my S's. Now I'm listening to my S's. But these are pretty much stock plugins. You have one in Pro Tools. It's a stock de-esser. But let's use one that I really, really like. It's from SSL called DS. What DS is going to do is it's going to limit, or it's going to find the S's in the human voice, and it's going to pull them back in, so it sounds a little bit more natural. Now this is something you're going to have to learn how to set, but usually I would say S's come in around the 9K range. A lot of times they come from like the 3K range, so that's why it was set there. And then we're going to hit play, and we're going to grab these S's. My main left and right output, that's my main level. That would be the main level going to the monitors. That would be the main level that the people are hearing. So you're getting yourself a little bit of headroom, so not everything has to go up to 11. Well, this one goes to 10. Some guys got that joke. It's not that funny, but anyways, so we want to buy ourselves a little bit of headroom here on the mixer, and I really want to push my vocal, but I'm probably good for you guys. So now I have -5 on the mixer. Okay, that's on the input fader. So what you're hearing captured is actually post fader. You can check that out later in a different video. I'll explain what that means. If you're new to recording, if you're not, just bypass that. And then my main output's at -5. That's giving me about 10 dBs of headroom to work with. So now we're gonna go address the pre. Okay, so this microphone can hold a lot, man. So I can give it a little bit more juice. I can give it a little less. Okay, we're in there. You're not hearing. All right, so what I was doing there, number one, as a guy that does this professionally, I would probably, if I was going to do this for a company, I'd probably use, in my case, I'd probably use a better pre and a better mic, and I would probably place that in a room with no sound, no noise, no nothing. But that's in a perfect world. This video is intended for people that aren't in those situations. In this case, what I'm noticing is a little bit of a clocking issue on our video, which I'm breaking the news. That's not something you can fix easily, and that's what I'm attempting to showcase in this video. All the tools that are at your disposal to recreate or control something that may not have been the best. So now we have this with all these plugins, and I'll go one by one, and then we'll end this video, and hopefully you pick something up. But we had a denoise, which I had set better, I think, before the video. So if I was going to do this in like as a paid thing for somebody, I'd probably set this to best. I'd probably get like an average of most of the noise, and I would reduce it without changing the audio at all. I'd probably apply that so I wouldn't have to run it the whole time. There's a way to do that. It's called Audio Suite. You just highlight it, and then you apply it to the file. That's one of those things that just sounds better that way. I don't know why. And then I would go to this D-click or D-clip, but I would only do it to the places where I heard the clips instead of doing it global. I have the D-reverb. I might not even use this, honestly, because there's not a lot of reverb, and I think that might be what's taken away a lot of the sound. Let me bypass that. That might be giving it the artificial. Let's see. My main left and right output, that's my main level. That would be the main level going to the monitors. That would be the main level that the people are hearing. So you're getting yourself a little bit of headroom, so not everything has to go up to 11. Yeah, well, this one there's not much verb in here. This is a tracking room. I think you're hearing more of me messing with the pre and messing with the EQ and just showing you the tools. So we're gonna take the de-verb out. Then I took the 7-band. I would probably, like I said, I'd probably choose a different mic, different pre. But, you know, I would cut a lot of this low mid stuff, like 250, 280. We have one at 3 something here. That's a lot of the room. That's a lot of the low end. That's a lot of the desk. It's so how do we carve that? People don't need to hear. We're not making a record here. We're making something for broadcast. So we want to be able to hear everything I'm saying. And then a big low. We're taking all the all the lows out to about 130 hertz. So everything's gone. That's all bass. You don't need any of that. Then after you clean it up, I wanted to put something to control the S's. That messes with your headroom. If you pull those down into place, then you can limit a little louder. So everything you refine, the more you can limit. The more refined, more limiting. So then we could have done the EQP 1A. And for all you guys that are new, these are going in order. If I move that EQP above the de-esser, I'll show you a cool little trick. I'm just giving you all kinds of cool tricks today. But if you get rid of the S's, then you can actually drive the S frequencies in to the de-esser and get a little bit more of a little bit more, what do you call it? A little more presence. Check it out. My main left and right output, that's my main level. That would be the main level going to the monitors. That would be the main level that the people are hearing. So you're getting yourself a little bit of headroom, so not everything has to go up to 11. Well, this one goes to 10. Some guys got that joke. It's not that funny. So yeah, there you go, dude. So now we're pushing 8K into the de-esser. So as we're pushing, it's pulling it down. That's a great way to get a lot of energy out of a real dull voice. It's like, yeah, man. So if you got a guy on your podcast like, yeah, we did this, you might want to do that so people can hear him. So then after that, we have an R compressor. And then after the R compressor, all that's doing is grabbing the top peaks, the threshold, but it's an RMS compressor. We'll get into that in a different video. And then we're going to limit it up, the threshold down. It's going to drive the low stuff up. And then we're going to get it to sit around -16 to -14. Now, I think long term would be a little louder if we had music and stuff in the background. But we're in the ballpark and we could release this and you know, not get it kicked back to us. My main left and right output, that's my main level. That would be the main level going to the monitors. That would be the... And it should stay the same. Little bit of headroom, so not everything has to go up to 11. Well, this one goes to 10. Some guys got that joke. It's not that funny. All right, let's see where we came from. So let's take it all off. And you might find out it sounded good before. I don't know, though. Let's see. Little bit of headroom, so not everything has to go up to 11. Well, this one goes to 10. Some guys got that joke. And that's what you guys were listening to before the video. That's what you listened to on the last video. Does it matter? I think in a professional world, absolutely. If you want your podcast to come out better and sound, you know, more professional, I mean, yeah, you're hearing some of the artifacts from the clock. Like I said, that was part of this video that was a problem. But little bit of headroom, so not everything has to go up to 11. Well, this one goes to 10. Some guys got that joke. So there you go, man. That's the way to do it. That's the tools. You have de-verbs, you have de-noise, de-click, you have EQ to get rid of some of the bad frequencies. You have the other EQ that I'm doing to just give it a little more life back in the frequencies I want. A de-esser to pull out a lot of the S's that were coming through the mic. You have an R compressor that's controlling the actual dynamics before it hits the limiter. The limiter is going to lift to get your podcast to really simplify this. If you're really new, just deal with that limiter, and you can pull that limiter down, and then it'll get you in the ballpark. But yeah, what we were doing is bringing more attention to the attack of the vocal, taking out a lot of the muffled frequencies of the vocal, and just overall making it a better experience for people that watch podcasts or listen to YouTube videos. But yeah, that's just some simple tricks. I hope you guys liked it, and we're on a roll, man. We're gonna keep these videos rocking. I keep getting energized to do so. So we'll see ya. Peace. That was pretty good.